going on, boys? Sekapoko here, bringing you another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And this we're going to be going over adventure mode, and I'm not going to go over my thoughts and feelings this time. We're actually just going to go over some of the teams that I put together that are possible for this and actually make it pretty good for point boosted teams. So the first team we're going to be using, if you don't have the new Akainu, or the new squad, obviously they would be the best units to bring, but not everybody has them. So let's say if you want to bring in just free-to-play units, this is the best Lucci plus free-to-play version I can bring in. You can also use like Sanji as a captain or something else you want to do, just to have a full point boosted team. A nice thing, it actually beats every one of the 4 stages on the new world, and you can actually do it fairly quickly, which is great. And you're able to use a Akainu friend captain. If you do have the Akainu, obviously probably going to put him in the team as well as a new squad. But this is the team that I was able to put together to get a 2.41 times multiplier and actually get through all the early stages with adventure mode very, very easily. Now, this team I am using the new Zunisha ship. The new Zunisha ship is going to be really great for powerhouse characters for this particular fight. However, I'm still struggling in finding like where I'm going to use it for the future. So nice thing is that they are all no stall. You can just blow through them as quick as you can. You do not have to worry about any kinds of stalling whatsoever, because adventure mode there's not a whole lot of stalling going on. But it is nice to have some kind of teams that you can play around with. Now, I do have other teams I'm going to be showing off as far as in the later stages, and those teams are probably my recommended teams for if you have a box like mine and you don't have Judge and you don't have the new Judge Badge. Obviously, there are better teams that you can use if you do have the new Judge Badge, and we've been trying to figure it out for a few days on what the most optimal teams are. And if, to be frank, it's actually been a really big struggle trying to figure out what the most optimal teams are, because this whole adventure mode is really, really annoying. So on the Vista fight, it's just the same as normal. You just whack him as hard as you can, and then kill him. Boom, done. Easy. All done with the Vista fight. No stalling there. And it's the same thing on every single one of the earlier stages. You don't have to worry about anything different. My recommendation, now that I'm around 200,000, most people are a lot lower than this, but if they are around 200,000, then it's now the difficulty is starting to scale. What I've seen is last time the must-kill character was Doflamingo. This time the must-kill character is Ace. The Ace in here does provide a death hit, which is really, really annoying. But the reason he's a must kill is because if you want to bring point boosted tiers units to like every 4 of the stages, he's definitely a must kill early on, because if you don't kill him, he has millions of HP when you get to the later stages. So that is a little bit disconcerting. We got a free spirit attack down here, so it's no big deal. And we're gonna go on to Ace here. All right. And we're back for the most difficult of the fights to do for the earlier stages, because of how many red characters are on this team. Man, can I get down to the bottom? Now, usually you'll have 1 or 2 people as having a kind of friend at the bottom here. If you refresh, people are refreshing constantly during this adventure mode because they do want to have the right captains up, etc. So most of the time during adventure mode, you're going to have plenty of captains. You won't have to worry about it as much. But the struggle is going to be, of course, this whole thing. Is that a free spirit attack down, or is it like slasher or cerebral? Might be cerebral. I don't know. I didn't actually check. Or maybe I just like did way less damage because it was a bad orb. Yeah, I thought it was free spirit. All right. Now we're on the boss with Ace. You can see when you go into the room with Ace, it's gonna empty all your orbs. If you have the cooldown socket, you're gonna have Kuma up right away, which is great. I'm just gonna pop a damage limiter so he doesn't do any damage to me for no reason whatsoever. Attack with all your strength units first, and then just go back in the chain, and you're done. And it should take 2 turns to kill this if you don't have any orbs here or no specials up. Sometimes I'm able, like if I have the cooldown thing or the attack up-ups, I'll be able to get a little bit better. You can see I got the Zunisha ship actually coming into play right here, being useful. This one takes me 2 turns, which is kind of unfortunate, but it's only because my Sicilian's not up right away. If my Sicilian was up right away, they'd be a little bit faster. Even though I have level 2 cooldown on this team, it's still not enough. So, okay, so we're back again to show the Jozu fight with the Akainu team here. The strategy for this is really simple. You just get to the final room and then you stall out a couple stages. There's not like a ton of different ways of doing this. You can bring a non-point boosted unit here, but to be honest, it's better to just stall out 3 turns on the boss and then kill the boss after the defense goes away. Because he has about 50,000 or more HP right now, and it's safer, easier, faster, and you get way more points, which is the whole point of this, to get points. I'm probably going to be using these teams when we get to the higher levels too, because it'll be fine. So if you don't know, the Akainu's captain ability is 2.25 times attack to powerhouse, and it also gives HP. Installing it for 3 turns here is not that big a deal. Like, I don't have any defense reducers that I can bring here that are like super reducing cooldown besides Garp, and Garp won't even be up in time, so it's better to just stall it out. It's just faster. Okay, and so that's the Jozu fight, and then the Marco fight. You kind of just you blow through it because you have int units, and you kill it easy. All right, I'll see you in the next set. Vista. Vista is the only one I can't build a point boosted team for. I literally just have 1 point boosted unit, and I'm done with it because I cannot put anybody that, like, I don't have enough point boosted units. So I have none of the Judge batch, and I'm missing Kai Bellamy too. So I'm missing a decent amount of units for this. Now, nice thing with Limit Break Mihawk is that Limit Break Mihawk is actually a really great unit to bring here because he's going to seal the top row and the bottom row, right? But your Mihawk has a thing where he's actually going to get rid of all of the Orb Bind, which is really great. I have Free Spirit attack down, so we're going to lose the damage, all our damage on Kinemon. Now I remember. Okay. Now the paralysis, there's no real way around. So I was trying to find a way if you could get around this paralysis on stage 3, and if there's anything you can do. You can use Wanda if you really want to, but like that's a 9-turn cooldown, and I don't really have anybody else that I can bring. Kaidofi gives points. Yeah, I know Kaidofi gives points, but I'm using him on another team. So the problem with this adventure mode is that there's not enough. The point boosted units don't synergize well, and I've been trying to figure out as many point boosted teams as I can. I just sacrifice the Vista run, and I get point boosted on every other run. Got kind of lucky on the paralysis there. I haven't got that lucky before. Let's see if I actually kill him. Oh my god, I actually got a kill. What? We got through it. The dream. Oh, and a crit of Mihawk to kill the last guy. Nice. All right. So right away when we get to Mihawk, we have no attack up, I don't believe. You can see the Mihawks get that orb crack, and then you just go ahead and kill him right away. You can just use 2 Mihawk specials most of the time here if you want to, if you already killed Vista early on. And see how Vista pairs with Ace half the time, and then Jozu pairs with Ace the other half of the time. It makes it easy to do this. With the Kinemon as a sub, you should always have an orb on your Dofi. So with 1 orb on Dofi and orb boost chainlock at 2.75, you usually have enough with those both 3.5 captains to just one-shot the Vista. You don't have to worry about much. So that is nice. For Jozu, what I have been doing is I actually switched up my teams, and I was trying to figure out the most optimal team to bring. I don't have an optimal team, which is really making me struggle on this. But what I did find out is I can do a Lucy team with Dagma friend, or you could try bringing like a Squard in here or an Akainu in this one, but to be safe in the earlier stages, you can die in the early stages because they do start hitting really hard the later levels. So I'm bringing Lucy friend just because I don't want to kick myself really hard here, because I'm not able to use Squard or Akainu on any of my teams, which is really unfortunate. I really want to be able to use them, but I can't. I can try using Squad on the fighter team that I'm using, or a powerhouse team, so you can use like a friend captain there to get a little bit more points, or you can use the Akainu as a friend captain, but I haven't been because I'm just I'm a little scared on those. So I was supposed to use the special right away. I forgot, so I already screwed up. But it's fine, works out okay. It still works out in the end because I just need to use this one twice. I don't need to use it more than twice. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and kill these dudes. Bam, bam. And the reason I'm using Dagma as captain is because Dagma, this is Fortnite Dagma, he reduces the cooldown of every special by 2 turns. And he also, as a that's his captain ability. And he also has a special ability that reduces all specials again by 1 turn. So later on in the fights, you can actually use the special ability of Dagma to get everything lower, which is really cool. I do like that. So now we're gonna kill these guys as best we can here, and then of course we're gonna use the special here to get 1 more turn. That would give me 1 more turn, so most of the time I would actually have this up for the full special here, and that allows me to just use my my Sanji as quick as possible in these runs. So that's really nice. And now even if Jozu's at full HP, what I can do is actually just pop the Sanji special here, and then we're done. Because I think this Jozu only has 15,000 HP or something like that at the earlier stages, and then has like 30 later maybe. He might scale really hard, but like I don't think he's gonna go above 50,000 HP because of how high his armor value is. But we'll see in the later stage where we're at right now. The next team I was running is for Ace. It's going to be a Garp team. I originally was running like a Lucci team, trying to fit something in there. A Lucci team with like a Hody sub would actually be a really good thing for this. But what I did was I started using Invasion Garp. And Invasion Garp, as a captain, has a 15% damage reduction captain ability, which allows you to just soak the hit naturally, so you take actually 28% less damage. So if you have a little bit less, it's easier. Jozu level 100 is 58,000 HP apparently. Okay, so but no one's getting it to 100, so I think we're okay. I don't think anybody's going for 100 runs on New World this time around. So I think we're okay, Chado. I think we're okay. I think most people are gonna go to like 75 runs or something like that. Because I don't think many people are going to scale to 100. That's pretty insane. Unless you're like Shattered Fortress level, I think we're fine. So problem right now I'm facing is that I have a lot of Free Spirit units on here, and I have Free Spirit down right now. Garp has Free Spirit down attacks, so that is also unfortunate. But you can see it's still working out just fine. If I didn't have Free Spirit attack down, we could just blow through this without any stalling whatsoever, but luck is luck. Okay. Those missions look tedious and boring. They are very tedious and boring. Adventure mode this time around, I had a whole spiel on it yesterday. It's worth it, but it is very poorly synergized. It took me 2 days to figure out like what I found to be optimal teams for me. And I still am not like in love with these teams either. So since Ace is the must kill, he goes down to like a super low value of HP here, much easier, and you can just blow through him real quick. The full fighter team. All this team is free to play too, which is really nice. What's really weird about this adventure mode is that a lot of the units that they're supposed to bring are free to play, which is great, but it's like they don't really synergize well with everything that you have to do. So. You please are already at 200? Yeah, right, Cortana. Yeah, right. So when we get to the final fight here on Marco, it's going to be the highest point boost team that I have, which is going to be the Sicilian team. Coliseum Sicilian team is, I think, almost entirely free to play. Yeah, full free to play team. All the units are boosted. What's really weird about this intervention mode is it's super pay to win, but like all the side stuff is free to play. So if you wanted to get like as much points as possible and you don't have judge and stuff like that, this might be a helpful guide for you. All of my teams right now are free to play except for like some legends that are not free to play, obviously. But if you don't have those legends, I mean, Lucci's technically free to play because you got him for free. If you didn't get Lucci, I'm sorry. If you don't have 6+ Lucci, I'm sorry. Can't help you. Then they gave him for free. I think they gave him for free twice too. It's not even one time. I think it's twice they give him free to play. All right, so this is the stage I actually lost on once. What happens is that the attack order on this stage is actually really poor. So you could, if you get all one turn here, you can actually lose. It's really scary. Like. The guys on this stage will hit you for tens of thousands of damage, and it hurts a lot. So yeah, Don't get unlucky here. So Marco, what I figured out last time, it will actually do extra damage to you if he has what you call? Not extra damage. He will heal if you don't kill him in the first turn, which is no big deal because Sicilian gives you a 2x 8 boost, and you can just blow through him real quick. And I'm not even using both Sicilian specials. Apparently, my friend Captain named me Max's special, and I'm totally fine. Which could be the case for your captain as well in this, so that would be totally fine as well. You're higher ranked than me? Of course you are, Katana. I'm not really trying that hard. I'm trying to blow like a million gems right here. All right. And then for the final fight for Whitebeard, what I did was I was trying to figure out the best character to bring that was not Kidder. So my original team was like a Sanji team. I kept trying to morph the Sanji team, and it wasn't working because the damage was just too low. And I was going to try a 5+ Luffy team, things like that. And none of it was working, so I just started getting really frustrated, and I was like, oh wait, let's see if we can find one. So if you have some of the Judge badge, a Lucci Captain is really good with the Judge badge, especially if you have Reiju and things like that on your team. But if you don't have the Judge badge like myself, then this is the best team that I was able to come up with that actually clears this fairly easily. The only scary part is stage 4, and what I've been doing in order to combat stage 4 is make sure that I don't want that one. I want to make sure that I have an orb on Judge, and I'll be set. One of the most useful units for this whole adventure mode on the end is this new Caribou. He's also really useful to the new Fortnite as well. So this new Caribou, if you didn't farm him, I'm sorry, he's gone now, but he is super good. So I'm just going to do these one at a time. I usually get better turns here, and I don't get totally screwed over on turns, but, you know, it happens every so often. So I'm going to try to save an orb. Sweet. I'm going to try to save this orb on Judge, and that should make my life really, really easy when we get to the later stages. As long as you save one orb on Judge, I think you're okay, and you don't have to worry about much. I got kind of unlucky on this stage, too. I've only seen... Because I can't save an orb on Judge this time. Alright, so this stage here, we're going to get an anti-heal buff, and they're going to anti-heal my whole team, which stinks. But it is what it is. We're going to kill this dude. And then I'm going to try to get an orb on anybody. Okay, we got our orb on Judge, so we're set there. Get an orb on Wanda, maybe. We'll see. Alright, so now we're going in this room here. And you just want to make sure that your Kuzan special is on 4 turns before you go into the room. So that's all you have to worry about for. The Kuzan special being on 4 turns is probably the only, like, little difficult part to do, but it's not that difficult. Now, the really nice thing about this Caribou is you can use him multiple times, which is really cool. Yeah, he's like the super MVP. You can use the Lucci here, use it in the next room. I recommend using it in the next room. You know what? Actually, no. We'll use it here. We'll use it here. That's fine. I'm fine with this. Get a couple 100,000 extra damage. Totally fine. He doesn't like do any kind of buff removal when you walk into the room, so I think it's fine. Does he? We'll find out. We'll find out together.
Here we go.
Bam. So we did about 1.8 million. He has about 1 million at this state. When he gets to about 2 million damage, this team is going to start falling off, and I'm going to have to think about different teams. But for right now, it's totally fine. So, as you see, we have all orbs right now, which is really great. I go ahead and do that. Gets rid of my silence. I'm going to pop my driven damage special. Then I'm going to pop my Wanda special here. Now, what you're gonna do is pop your Judge special. It's gonna shuffle all your orbs again, but you know, you'll still get almost all matching orbs, no problem. And then you pop your Kuzan special, which will clear the back row and also extend your buffs for 2 turns. And then if you need a 3rd turn, your Caribou will be up. But most time, if you can hit perfects here, you're totally fine. Go ahead to great. Go ahead to another great. Go ahead another great. Oh, I hit 3 greats. No! But we killed things in the last room, so we should be okay. That was really funny. All greats. But you have 2 turns to kill him, so it's pretty safe. I mean, you lose the chain lock if you don't kill him the first time around. But it's safe even if you get screwed by the chain lock, the anti-perfect thing, which I like a lot too, which is nice. It's really nice. It's definitely a safer team than what I was running before. It's a little scary because right now Judge is around 4 or 5 million, so I have 2 turns to kill him. Normally, so what I'm going to be doing at the later stages is if he gets up like 8 million HP, I'll be able to like hit him once the first time and then once the second time, and I'll be able to kill him in over 2 turns instead of in 1 turn. So it'll be a little bit different there as far as how to do the teams. But those are the point boosted teams that I'm using right now, around 200,000. I might be changing up the teams again. I keep changing them because there's just this adventure mode is just far more frustrating than the last one as far as finding synergized teams. I'm Sekapoko. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you do enjoy the video, please hit the like and subscribe button down below, and of course, have a great rest of your day. Peace.